Hello there, welcome back to the Top 10,000 Overall Rank Chase series. It has been a couple of weeks, maybe even 3 weeks. I think my last one I did was round 11 preview. So this is the round 14 preview. I have missed the past 2 weeks due to things. I don't know, but I'm back. I'm a little bit sick at the moment, so excuse the voice, but yeah, the last 3 weeks haven't been the greatest for this team. Going into round 11, I was ranked 56,000th overall. Round 12 got up to 50,000, so that wasn't too bad. Although I only played the round with 12 players and had a Xavier Savage 10-pointer in there, so not ideal. And then round 13, basically held rank, didn't really change at all, scored a 725, which was probably under par. Managed to loop in, who did I loop in? Fogarty didn't play, so I ended up with King Tongia and Drinkwater. So yeah, a 30-pointer in the Haas wasn't great, but yeah, gonna have to start trying to climb some ranks. Ranked 50,000th at the moment. I really need to start heading towards that 10,000 mark, but I've only got 15 trades left, and that's actually less trades than some of my other teams, which started in round 1. So yeah, needed to try and figure out where I can start saving trades. So we'll take a look at what I've done the past 2 weeks, or past 3. I'm not too sure if I showed you these ones, but I did Dewey, Hubner and Couchman out for 3 Raiders players. So Fogarty to gun up in the half position, Savage as a cash out, and Hosking because I thought he was going to continue scoring like a gun, but that hasn't happened. But I'm going to give it time. But selling Dewey, I'm pretty happy with that. Hubner as well. He's been alright, but he was one that I was happy to move on from. But Couchman, unfortunately, he came back a week early and scored a 69, and he's looking like someone that I want back in my team pretty quickly, although I don't think I'm going to get him this week just because he's starting on an edge again, and I'm interested to see his role in the team in terms of minutes if the Dragons don't get any injuries. Obviously last week Jaden Sewer got injured, and I'm not sure if that meant Couchman played the whole game when he wasn't actually going to, but we'll just have to see how it goes this week. But in terms of the trade-ins, I'm happy with Savage. He went on and I think he got a hat-trick or a big score, so I bought him for 271. He's already up at 348, so that's been good. Fogarty's been alright. He obviously missed a game, but yeah, he's a gun and a keeper gun, and I want to be holding him long term. And then Hosking has actually lost value as well, but I'm just going to hold and hope that he can come into the form that we've seen him perform at in the past couple of years. Round 12, I sold Connor Watson as he got named in Origin, Dylan Egan as he was out for the season, and then Carraz, who was supposedly out for 4 to 6 weeks, but he is now back as well. So if I had known, I would have kept Couchman and Carraz, but yeah, I thought he was gone for at least a month. And yeah, these trade-ins I like a bit more. Fanil Blake sounds like he's carrying an AC joint injury, so that's not ideal, but he's named to play this week. I'm not expecting too much from him, maybe like a high 40s, low 50s score. It really just depends if he gets a try. I mean, he is playing the Warriors, so he'll probably be pretty fired up for that one. Also bought in Tedesco, who had a very nice performance over the weekend, and I'm really glad I got him in, and Matt Burton as well. I think he's at a really good price right now, and I don't know how he's going to go with Galvin in the team, but I think he should be still kicking goals, and historically he averages low 50s, so at that price, if you get a player averaging 50, I'll be pretty happy with that. And then last week I had to get Keon Kolomatangi in. Horsburgh had to go. It was a tough call whether to sell him or not, but just the noise where it sounds like he's going to get named for Origin. Even though he misses round 15, I assume he'll still be in the team for Origin 3, and that means he'll miss round 15, 18 and 19, and his minutes seem to be getting managed a bit as well. Although there are some other guys I could have sold, but I've decided to hold Nafahu White because I think he's going to be quite useful as he does play in round 15 and 18. And then we've got guys here like Tamale, who I also held just because he's got the really useful centre wing fullback dual cover, which just is really handy covering centres and wing fullbacks. I also held Brimson, who really he's just been a huge mixed bag this year and went down late with I think a hamstring injury, or no, sorry, it was a concussion. He got a concussion at training, so I was expecting him to play and then he was out, and now he's touch and go this week. I've also had Seyfarth, who could have been sold, but he's actually been the past month he's been averaging over 50, so he's been sweet. I jumped on Wade Egan instead of Aaron Clark. That's really sucked, but I don't think I have the luxury trades to be moving Egan on right now. He's still a fairly solid scorer, but maybe that next week I'll reconsider. But yeah, those have been my trades. Obviously really happy with Kolomatangi. He, as long as he's in this middle forward role, he's up there with May and Haas as the top players in the game. But yeah, in terms of trades this week, I think it really depends on if Brimson plays. If he is out, I might look to move him on because, well, I probably want to move him on anyway, but I kind of like him at fullback if he is going to play fullback, so we'll just have to see. He averages mid-40s, I think, and he doesn't have a bye until round 18, so he'll be a guy, if he is going to be playing, that I actually probably want to hold. So yeah, doing this a bit on the fly here, but yeah, Tamale's another guy that I could look to move on soon, although I'm not too sure I want to do it just yet, but just trying to save trades where I can. I think I'm definitely going to see how tonight goes first. I'll just have Sharp and Lucas playing. Garrick's a guy that I might want to pick up, but I just don't think I will, because he's probably just one tier short of being a keeper. And yeah, so I don't think I'll be touching any Manly players or Knights players. And then I definitely want to try and get Jaden Campbell in. He's my probably main target, just to have in round 15 and beyond, because he only has one bye left in round 18. So in terms of next week, if we're counting how many players I'm going to have, I'll have King Tonga 1, White hopefully if he's back 2, Tedesco 3, Burton 4, Fanua Blake 5, Stewart 6, Keon 7 if he doesn't get named for Origin, Lucas 8, Sharp 9, Brimson 10, Drinkwater 11, and if I can fit all of those guys in, half, yeah, oh no I can't actually, so in terms of wing fullbacks in half, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, so I'll have 10 players, which means I'm going to have to make 3 trades over this week and next to get a full squad. So I may leave that all for next week. We'll just have to see. Just try and do some loops here. But yeah, that's how I'm looking. In terms of the other players I haven't gone over, Savage I'll definitely be holding for now. Just if he can somehow string a few big scores together, make me enough money, I'll look to cash him out. Maybe to Nathan Lawson. He's looking like a fairly decent cash out option that will cover us in the centres for a long time hopefully, but it's pretty up in the air. Who knows if Sloan has been dropped for a couple of weeks or if it's going to be Lawson's spot to lose. King Tonga, same situation. He's holding Ilias out of the team even though the Dragons have been kind of up and down, but he's still making money very slowly and I have no reason to sell him just yet. If there was a better cash cow available that I could move him on to, I would, but there's no one that I want to do that for just yet. Nafahu White, he is projected to be back next week, and playing round 15 and 18, you're going to see 4 or 5 of the Roosters forward pack out to play Origin. So White, I'm hoping he plays between 55 and 60 minutes, so he'll be a gun on those weeks, and then once the Origin period's over, I'll be looking to move him on. Tedesco, final team keeper in the wing fullbacks, don't have to say much there. If he doesn't play Origin, he's going to be great to have in the major and minor buy rounds. Touched on Burden. Tamale, he's one that a few people are definitely selling already, and that's absolutely fine. We've seen he can put up anything between 20 and 60 week to week, and at his price, I don't think he's going to make too much more money, so you can move him on at your leisure, I would say, and you can definitely hold him as well. I think he'll probably hold value, but all it's going to take is one low score, and his price may start falling a bit, but that's okay. He plays this week. His break-even's pretty low. I think it's about 30, and then he's got to buy next week, so no worries there. Hamish Stewart has been really good. He's starting lock for the Dragons and has been playing between 50 and 60 minutes a week, and that looks like his role now in the team. So I think he's someone I'm pretty confident in starting for a mid-40s score. And yeah, I definitely am going to be holding him right up until maybe round 20-ish, and I'll be looking to move him on to the likes of Isaiah Yeo. AFB, I'm hoping that he's a keeper, but he may, just the fact that he's not getting as many minutes as he did at the Warriors, he may not be, but might have to rely on a few tries there. But yeah, I'll definitely be holding him as long as I can, maybe right up until their second bye, which I think is in round 25. Could be wrong there, but it's somewhere around there. Drinkwater, I'm hoping that he is another wing fullback keeper with Teddy. I think he can average between 50 and 55. Obviously, he has the goal kicking now, which he hasn't had before this year. And he doesn't have a buy until round 27. So, yep, he's locked into my wing fullbacks for as long as possible. Brimson, I think I'll definitely try and hold him for round 15 and then reassess from there. I feel like he's going to continue lining up at fullback, and we'll just have to see how he goes, but he's one I'll definitely be not looking to keep for too much longer. Sharp, I think he is a keeper at wing fullback, and I'll definitely be holding him, but if his form continues to he put up a 98 2 weeks ago, and now he's put up a 22, which averages out to 60 a week, so I'm definitely not too worried about him, and he's back at 5'8" this week, where he should have a solid base of tackles, so yeah, I'm going to try and hold him as long as possible. Same for Dylan Lucas, centre keeper. He will be living in this spot in my team until he goes down injured, which will hopefully not happen. Katoga, I think his time in my team's coming to an end. He's been actually really good offloading, playing 80 minutes, except for last week he got an HIA, but this week I think it's okay to hold on. They're playing the Dogs, which will be a tough matchup, but 80 minutes on the edge, starting at centre, I think he can get, a 40-ish, and I'll take that this week. Cleary will be staying put. He is one of the top 3 scorers in the game, and I'll definitely be keeping him in my team. Fogarty, I'd say he's the second highest scoring half in the game, maybe third after Campbell, so I'll definitely be looking to hold him through his calf problems. Seyfarth, he's been moved to lock now with Twal going down with concussion, so I think I'll definitely hold him this week just to see how he goes at lock, because the Tigers bench is pretty thin, and I feel like he'll definitely play 55 to 60 minutes at lock minimum, hopefully more. May, don't need to speak about him. Hosking, I'll be holding up until round 19, and then if he hasn't improved there, I'll be selling him in round 19. Keon, don't have to speak about him. Haas is a guy people are thinking about selling, and I think it really just depends on how many trades you have left and also your coverage for bye rounds. So if you're a head-to-head player, I'd definitely be holding Haas. But if you are an overall player, there is a case to sell Haas. He's got so much value, and you can use it to strengthen other areas of your team. There's a case where the next month he loses another 100k, and you can pick him up for an 830k. So you just have to weigh up how many trades you've got left, and if you think you're going to be able to bring him back later on, because you're definitely going to want him back in your team, that's for sure. And then Wade Egan, I will be holding this week. I don't have any other hooker, and yes, I could go to Aaron Clark, who's clearly the best hooker, but it's a move that I could do, but I'd have to make 2 trades, which I could go Egan and someone like Tamale, I guess, to Lawson and Clark, but I don't know. I'm a bit on the fence about it at the moment, but that is something I could look at doing. But I hope Egan can come back and put up some 50s for me. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. Keen for Thursday night. I've got Ponga. I'm trying to decide if I keep or sell Ponga in my other team. So, yeah, that won't be much fun. And hopefully you guys don't own Ponga, because he's been a headache all season. But yeah, catch you in the next one.